Before starting the video, I would like you to subscribe, it would help me a lot, thank you. GIYU always wears a stoic and unbothered expression on his face. However, he has a reserved personality and a very strong sense of justice with no tolerance towards those who don't know their own limitations and throw away their lives. Despite letting Nezuko Kamado live due to Tanjiro Kamado's persistence, he shows zero hesitation when killing other demons and has no respect or mercy towards them like most demon slayers. Even so, GIYU violated the Demon Slayer Corps' code of conduct without hesitation to protect Nezuko during Shinobu's attempt to kill her. This implies that he doesn't completely despise demons as some other Hashira do, and is willing to make an exception for a demon by letting them live if they don't kill and eat humans. This shows that he is more pragmatic in dealing with demons rather letting his hatred cloud his judgment. GIYU appears to have a complex with what others think of him and is shocked when Shinobu Kocho claims he is hated by many. Besides that, however, he doesn't seem to be hurt by Shinobu's other pokes, even ignoring her. Despite that, they are in fact friends with a good amount of history together. He is a man of very few words and has trouble interacting with others, so he usually keeps himself at a distance. He even goes out of his way to tell Akaza that he hates talking, and wants to keep his name to himself, as he thinks names are not meant to be shared, especially to demons. Beneath his seemingly unemotional and aloof attitude, GIYU suffers from an inferiority complex which he developed since his participation in final selection. This self-doubt in himself reached the point where he contemplates abandoning his position as the Water Hashira until Tanjiro helps him realize that instead of acting on his survivor's guilt, he should cherish his life and live on for the people who sacrificed their lives for him. This feeling of survivor's guilt strikes again when he believes Tanjiro has died after the fight against Muzan. GIYU, while he sheds tears, admits how he is always the one who is saved. Despite his stoic nature, GIYU is shown to be protective and caring towards those he is close to and considers his friends. This is first shown when he puts his life on the line for Tanjiro and Nezuko by vowing to commit seppuku if the latter were ever to eat a human. GIYU has been shown to lose his composure and usual stoic demeanor when those he cares about are in danger, as seen when he is greatly angered by Akaza's attempt to kill Tanjiro and visibly shocked when he hears the news of Shinobu's death. This is further shown in the fact that he still wears half of Sabito, his late best friends, and his older sister's Hayori as a memento of them. However, GIYU appears to be particular in who he shows emotions for, as he doesn't appear to react at all when informed of the passing of Genya Shinazugawa and Muichiro Takedo. Despite this, GIYU will not let his personal relationships get in the way of his duty. When Tanjiro begins his assault as a demon, GIYU is the first to announce that they need to take him down, despite his brotherly-type relationship with Tanjiro. Following the death of Muzan Kibutsuji and the eradication of demons for good, it is clear that GIYU has been able to embrace his happier side, shown by his smiles towards the Kamado siblings and even Sanemi, which shows how much their combative relationship has slowly developed into one of mutual respect. As a Hashira of the Demon Slayer Corps, GIYU is a very powerful and skilled combatant. From the beginning, GIYU showed how much he outclassed Tanjiro and his friends, being able to effortlessly capture Nezuko from him and later knocked both of them unconscious in a single blow. Later, he was able to easily defeat Father in his transformed state and Rue, lower rank 5, something Tanjiro and Inosuke respectively failed to accomplish. He also fought equally against fellow Hashira Sanemi Shinazugawa in a sparring match. GIYU was also shown easily beating dozens of demons equal to that of the lower ranks of the 12 Kazuki. On top of his incredible skills as a demon slayer, GIYU is also a very capable teammate, able to grasp their intentions and work in tandem with it. As a Hashira of the Demon Slayer Corps, GIYU is a very powerful and skilled combatant. The beginning, GIYU showed how much he outclassed Tanjiro and his friends, being able to effortlessly capture Nezuko from him and later knocked both of them unconscious in a single blow. Later, he was able to easily defeat Father in his transformed state and lower rank 5, something Tanjiro and Inosuke respectively failed to accomplish. He also fought equally against fellow Hashira Sanemi Shinazugawa in a sparring match. GIYU was also shown easily beating dozens of demons equal to that of the lower ranks of the 12 Kazuki. On top of his incredible skills as a demon slayer, GIYU is also a very capable teammate, able to grasp their intentions and work in tandem with it. During his fight against upper rank 3 Akaza, he was able to hold on his own for some time, and similarly with Kaijuro, Akaza is amazed by GIYU's skills to the point that he offers to transform the Hashira into demon, something Akaza only asks of the most worthy of his opponents. When he first manifested his mark, GIYU was able to momentarily overpower the upper rank demon as well, repeatedly cutting his arms, slicing his body and even cutting his neck. Akaza even states that he has not fought a water Hashira as skilled as GIYU in 50 years. When he encountered the Demon King Muzan Kibutsuji, Ju was able to hold him off for a considerable amount of time along with Tanjiro and later played a pivotal role in his defeat. Moreover, after Tanjiro became a demon, Ju was the first to act and fend him off, defending Zenitsu and Akakushi while fighting evenly with him, long enough for him to be turned back to a human. Indomitable will. Ju possesses an undaunted will and indomitable will, never giving up despite suffering numerous injuries against Akaza, one of the strongest demons in existence, and later on the Demon King, Muzan. Even when losing his arm, he still remained steadfast and managed to play an important role in defeating Muzan. When Tanjiro was turned into a demon, Ju was the first to act in order to protect the survivors, and even when it seemed that Tanjiro was unable to be killed by any means, he was not fazed and continued to fight. Tactical intellect. Ju possessed great tactical intellect and sharp observation, always remaining calm, composed, and focused on analyzing the situation and reacting accordingly. When he initially fought Tanjiro, he was able to immediately understand Tanjiro's strategy with his hidden hatchet throw. He has also displayed sharp critical thinking and accurate tactical analysis mid-battle, precisely determining and noting details with his keen observation. In his clash with Akaza, Ju was able to keep pace during the high-speed battle, while critically noting the precision and accuracy of his techniques and instantaneous adaptation, and the intense overall nature of the upper rank. Additionally, Ju also shows good survival skills. After fighting Akaza and bleeding profusely from his sustained wounds, Ju lit a fire and heated his sword to cauterize his wounds. In his confrontation with Muzan, when Tanjiro tried to fight head-on out of anger, Ju advised the strategy of stalling the demon instead until allies arrived. Demon Slayer Mark. During his battle against Akaza, Ju awakens his Demon Slayer Mark, appearing as a fluid water-like design on his left cheek, complementing his breathing style, water breathing. When activated, he gains a tremendous increase in speed, precision, and endurance to the point where he could engage in a long battle against the upper rank. Bright Red Nichiren Sword. During the fight against Muzan, Sanemi forcefully clashes his sword together with Ju's, turning both of their blades temporarily red, which grants them the ability to hamper the enhanced regeneration of the Demon King, making their attacks much more effective and deadly. Immense speed and reflexes. Ju possesses inhuman speed and reflexes, as shown when he took Nezuko away from Tanjiro's grasps at blinding speeds, which took him several seconds to register. Later, he was able to hoist and tie Inosuke up to a tree before he even realized what happened, causing him to remark that he's extremely fast. Ju also easily caught up to Shinobu when she was pursuing Tanjiro. In his battle with Lower 5, Ju could cut all of Rue's threads so fast that it seemed like he didn't move his arms at all, and was later able to nonchalantly decapitate the demon in the moment he had blinked. He was also able to keep up with upper rank 3, Akaza, who is one of the fastest demons in existence, and when he awakened his mark, Ju managed to surprise him several times and appeared to teleport even to Akaza. Ju also managed to evade many of Muzan's attacks and negate them with his form Dead Calm. Immense stamina and endurance. Due to extremely harsh training, Ju has attained incredible stamina and endurance. In his battle against Akaza, he managed to continue fighting even after sustaining dozens of injuries all over his body, severely weakening him, a feat which pleasantly surprised Akaza. Additionally, he was seen cauterizing his wounds by heating up his blade with a fire. During the final clash with the Demon King, Ju managed to hold off Muzan despite initially being inflicted with his poisonous blood, and later still played a pivotal role in his defeat after his arm was cut off by helping Tanjiro turn his blade bright red. Even after the entire ordeal, when Tanjiro was transformed into a demon, Ju still had enough energy left to fight him off for a brief period of time. Ju was also one of only 2 Hashira to survive the final battle in the end. Immense strength. As a Hashira, Ju has honed his physical strength to beyond what is conceivable for human. Even since the first encounter with Tanjiro and Nezuko, he has displayed impressive feats of strength, such as swinging his blade with so much force that he caused an enormous gust of wind that knocked both Tanjiro and Nezuko back a far distance, holding down a berserk Nezuko with one hand effortlessly, and later knocking her unconscious in one strike to the neck. In his spin-off story, he could break extremely strong ropes tied around his wrists with ease while nonchalantly talking to Shinobu Kocho. In his battle with Rue, he could nonchalantly slice through the demon's threads no matter what attack he used, and later able to cut through the lower rank's neck with ease, something even Tanjiro could not accomplish. During his battle in the Infinity Castle, Ju was able to cut Akaza's body and limbs during a multitude of occasions, despite the fact that Akaza possesses one of the highest levels of durability among all demons. He could also turn his Nichiren sword bright red through sheer force with the assistance of Sanemi, a feat which requires an absurd amount of grip strength to accomplish. Master Swordsman, being a Hashira of the Demon Slayer Corps, Ju is one of the most powerful and skilled swordsmen in the entire organization. Upper rank 3, Akaza, who has fought countless swordsmen in the past, was impressed with Ju's skill, stating that he possesses finely developed swordsmanship. This is a technique that is exclusive to Demon Slayer games, more specifically the PS5. 11th form, Dead Calm, tidal waves Ju Ichi no Kata, Nagi, an offensive variation of Dead Calm. The user initiates Dead Calm, before suddenly appearing behind their opponent, having already moved and unleashed a delayed barrage of sharp water sword slashes that completely lacerates them before summoning multiple towering tidal waves and causing them to slam downwards on their enemy with tremendous force. Standard Nichiren Katana, Ju carries around a standard-sized and shaped Nichiren Katana with a black blade that has a deep blue outline. His katana's tsuba is hexagonal in shape, with a bronze core and an overlapping red fuchsia border. The handle is black and wrapped in white cords, and it ends with a fuchsia kashira. As a Hashira, Ju's blade has the words Destroyer of Demons engraved on the side. Along with his katana, Ju has a standard sword sheath that is deep black in color. During his battle against Akaza, Ju's katana is broken by the upper rank. Subsequently, during the final battle against Muzan, he loses his katana and is thrown another by Sanemi Shinazugawa, which supposedly belonged to a deceased water-breathing demon slayer that had a deep blue blade, black and blue handle, and a bronze-colored tsuba, which resembled a whirlpool in appearance. Ju's surname contains the Kuonyomi reading of the kanji for wealth and knoll. His first name contains the Goanyomi reading for righteousness, justice, and bravery, heroism. Ju's favorite food is simmered salmon with daikon. Seeing a fresh plate even made Ju smile once. Ju's rankings in the popularity polls are as follows. Ju ranked 4th place in the first popularity poll with 2,190 votes. Ju ranked 2nd place in the second popularity poll with 13,281 votes. Ju is one of 2 characters who have their own spin-off, the other being Kaijuro Rengoku. Ju's spin-off is a 2-part story depicting events after Ju's encounter with Tanjiro and Nezuko, called GIYU Tomioka's story. Ju's crow is a very old crow, so it tends to make mistakes when giving messages and moves slowly during battles. Ju shares his Japanese and English voice actors with Sasori from Naruto Shippuden. Koyoharu Gotoge's initial design for Ju was roughly the same as the official design, except it featured him with fingerless sleeves, a cloth that tied the ends of his haori around his waist, and loose Ominori Hakama pants. Ju viewed the other Hashira as follows. I like him. He talks to me a lot. Flame Hashira. I haven't spoken with him much. Mist Hashira. He's unkind to me. It makes me sad. Serpent Hashira. I respect and like him. He talks to me every now and then, and he's kind. Stone Hashira. She speaks to me a lot. She's serious and hardworking. But sometimes her pallor isn't so great. Insect Hashira. I'm envious of how unrestrained he is. Sound Hashira. She talks to me whenever she's around, but I think she shows too much skin. Love Hashira. He's hot-headed. Wind Hashira. Ju's overall level of openness was ranked 30%. Ju's haori was almost torn to shreds after the decisive battle against Muzan, however, Nezuko managed to restore most of it with her craftsmanship and sewing. Ju was so moved by this that he sent her so many different gifts, kimonos, western clothes, hair ornaments, etc., which caused Zenitsu to consider him a potential love rival. Ju, as well as Tanjiro and Sanemi, fell into a coma after the battle. Every day, Nezuko would go to Ju with his mended haori and call for him to come back. For a while, it was unknown whether Tanjiro and Sanemi would also regain consciousness due to their state, taking at least 3 months for a full recovery. Ju befriends Tengen and his family after the battle. When Tengen's child was born, he was allowed to hold the baby. Ju is one of only 4 Hashira that use a normal Nichiren katana. The other 3 are Kaijuro Rengoku, Sanemi Shinazugawa, and Muichiro Takedo. In Kimetsu Academy, Ju is a gym teacher. He's such a Spartan that several complaints have been issued about him from the PDA, and the Board of Education might even have to make a move. Thank you for watching my humble video. If you liked it, subscribe, like and share the video. See you next time.